Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back, or if it's your first time here, thanks for stopping by. Today I'm going to do something a little bit different. Instead of just rambling on about one figure for about 10 minutes, I figured I'd ramble on about 6 figures that share a common theme, maybe? They're all red. I saw them sitting on my desk and I thought to myself, man, it'd be kind of neat to do a video on just one color of figures, so had a bunch of red ones sitting around. Figure we'll see how this goes. So let's get started. I think we'll start off with the Warhammer Primaris Hellblaster by McFarlane. Don't know anything about Warhammer 40k, but I like big beefy chunks of plastic, and that's what this guy is. Let's take a quick look at him. I love his head. I love the fact that it looks like he's wearing a monocle for some reason. Don't know why. It just looks cool. Nice paintwork on all the little hoses and little silver bits. It's got this insignia on the side. Same on the chest. Got a yellow blood raindrop thing. Don't know what that is, but it looks pretty good. His backpack is removable. Or his jump pack, jetpack, jump booster. I don't know what it is. Patches on the back don't look too bad. This little blood drop amulet charm thing looks pretty good. Just like the other Warhammer guy, he's got a insignia on his knee for when he's kneeing people in the face. And that's about it. For accessories, he comes with a big old gun. Same on both sides. Sculpt looks really good on it. I think it said this was a plasma rifle of some sort. And he's got the trigger finger hand. Push and twist. He normally holds on to it pretty well, but now he doesn't want to, of course. But let's go over this dude's articulation real quick. Head, as you saw, goes side to side. Looks up a little bit. Doesn't really look down. And no wiggle. The shoulder pads, I believe, are on a ball joint, so they kind of jiggle around to get out of the way. The arm has slight butterfly, so it shifts back and forward. Ooh, full rotation. And it pops out pretty easily. I guess you can't go up too far on it. Or that one's just stuck. Let's see how this one does. It goes up a little bit. Bicep swivel. Swivels. This one's kind of loose. That one's a little bit tighter. Let's see how his double elbows do. Not terrible range, I guess. And the wrist is on the McFarlane ball type system. So it swivels around. It's got a hinge in there. A little bit up. A little bit down. Not a whole lot though. Well, there we go. It's a little bit better. It's kind of stuck and tight on him. You can kind of swivel it so that it goes. You can make it go in and out too. but for a weapon hand, it's got to be up and down. Torso, tiny bit of crunch, a little bit back, and then you can rotate on the diaphragm cut and tilt. And you've got a waist joint too for some slight rotation. For the legs, kicks out pretty good for a big guy. And double knee. Goes back about that far. And ankle. Down a little bit. Up a tiny bit. And a little bit of pivot. So that's that guy. Next, let's do Masters of the WWE Universe Kane. I only own a couple of these guys. I got him and the Fiend. My wife owns a bunch of them. She loves them. But he looks really good. I love his hair. The fact that it's got some translucent orange, kind of goes up to the brown. Looks like Kane. Got the Kane outfit. Got a claw and a robotic arm. But you can definitely tell what they were going for. And for accessories, he's got his claw arm. He also comes with a blaster arm, which also comes with an awesome flame effect for whenever he's pew-pewing. As far as articulation, everyone knows this line is kind of limited, but still gets pretty good. The head goes left and right. It's up a tiny bit. Down a decent amount. A little bit of wiggle on there. Arms go up to there, all the way around. Got the single hinge at the elbow, and that swivels. This hand has a hinge, so it can go out, in, and rotate, because your other hand doesn't have any hinges or anything because it's a gun. Got a waist twist. The legs go that far forward. Not a lot back. And not about that far. Doing pretty decent big man kicks. Knees, single joint. And a swivel. And then is there a swivel at the boot? Oh yeah, swivel at the boot too. And his ankle goes back barely. Forward barely. And we've got a little bit of tilt to it. So that's Kane. I like him. He's actually pretty good. He's a lot of fun. I especially like his fire effect. Just makes him look like he's a real menace. Alright, next let's do Star Wars Black Series Sith Trooper. Pretty much a First Order Stormtrooper, but in Hot Rod Red, because why not? And I love troopers. And this one does look really cool. It's got all the kind of different texture on them. different lines going up and down. It's not quite symmetrical. But he does look really, really good. And as far as accessories, he's got a kind of longer gun. Painted pretty nice. A little bit of silver, a little bit of red. And this goes, can be mounted right there on the side. He also has this blaster, which has the peg, so it can also be mounted there if you want to have him holding the other one. And this one just goes in with a twist. He holds it really well. That was the other one that fell off, not the one he's holding. As far as articulation, standard Black Series articulation. Left, right. Oh, pretty good. Shift it forward and get it down. A little bit of tilt, but it kind of bounces back. Shoulders go up. The shoulder pad kind of rides up. Goes over the shoulder. He does have a forward and back butterfly too. And then that goes all the way around. Single hinge. And swivel at the elbows. His grip hand. Horizontal peg. And rotation. His trigger finger hand. It's a vertical peg, like it should. And rotation. Diaphragm joint. Back a little bit. Forward a tiny bit. And you can rotate on that diaphragm cut. A little bit of tilt. No waist twist. Legs can go forward that far. Not really too far back. Really get out though, so we can do all those Sith Trooper kicks you need them to do. Double jointed knee. Goes all the way up. Nothing at the boot. Does he have thigh rotation? He has it, mine stuck. Ankles go back, forward, and he's got a decent rocker. Also, he's got the serial number information on the bottom of his foot, which is where it should always be. Next, let's do my man Carnage. This guy is fantastic. One of my favorite, more recent Marvel Legends. Pretty much all new sculpt. Looks like the Sunfire body, but re-sculpted maybe. I don't know how they do what they do. It's all magic to me. And it's all fun. Really nice head sculpt. It's even got a different color on the tongue, which you can't really see. And this part here is a separate piece, just in case you don't like your Carnage all tenderly. but I'll take the tendrils. Gives him a little bit of flair. Carnage grabby claw hands. He's even got toes. And as far as accessories, comes with a alternate, I think this is Absolute Carnage head, which also looks really good. I prefer the regular head, so I'm just going to leave that on there for right now. And for articulation, this guy was cool because as I was taking him out of the box, he started to look awesome. So he's got the hinge. You can look all the way up, all the way down, side to side. No real tilt. Oh, a little bit. Give him a little bit of sassiness. Like, what'd you say? Shoulders. Got that butterfly. And the ball coming out, of course, can go up. And that rotates. Bicep swivel. Double jointed elbow so he can scratch his own head. Wrist hinge. And swivel around. Torso. Got the ab crunch. Goes back that far. Forward that far so you can get him in some deep crunching poses. Waist twist. Legs go forward really far. Back a tiny bit. Out. Thigh swivel. Double knee. Goes up really far. He's got a boot cut. Ankle goes back all the way. Forward. And you got some really nice rocker action. I love this guy. He's one of my favorites. Because no matter what you do with him, he's going to look cool. Alright. Let's move on to Mr. Red Hulk here. Always looks mean, always angry, always ready for a fight. Got a little bit of dust on him. He's been sitting on the desk for a minute, didn't prepare him. You know, that happens. He looks really good. I love him. I even painted his Hulk nails. Little rips in his pants. And they painted his hulky toes. Looks like he does have a subtle, like, yellowish shading. Kind of weird, but still awesome. And this guy's head comes off. It's on a ball joint. Or maybe dumbbell. Doesn't really look up. Can look down, which is good since he's taller than most of my other figures. right. A little bit of wiggle. It's got a butterfly that goes way back. Arms all the way around. Up only about that far. It doesn't really have a bicep swivel. This is like a floaty piece. You get the swivel from the single hinge elbow. And the wrist got the horizontal hinge. And swivel. Diaphragm cut. Arches pretty nicely back. Not too bad forward. You do get, I thought you got more rotation on it than that, but you don't. Not a lot of, little bit of tilt. He does have a waist twist too, but you'll get this table. And for the legs, goes forward so we can Hulk kick people in the face. Not too far back. Not too bad for out. He does have a thigh cut. Oh, a double jointed knee. Probably could have been a single for as big as he is, but that's okay. And nothing at the pant leg. Ankles go back. Forward a little bit. And really good rocker. Oh, almost forgot. He does come with a couple of accessories too. Not much, but he does have his "I'ma get you" hands. So he can get all grabby. Same details, nice and painted. It's got one for each side. Let's pop those out. Pop the new ones in, just in case he wants to hold on to someone while he's punching them. It's always a good option to have. Alright, that's what, 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, one more to go. So we're going to move on to the G.I. Joe Classified Red Ninja. I love this guy. It's got the Cobra logo right there on his forehead. That way you know he's a bad guy. His face is done nicely. Or his mask, I guess. His torso overlay is nicely done. I like the little ninja stars he has on him. And his body is pretty much the same as Snake Eyes. So if you've seen Snake Eyes, you've seen this one. Just different color and changed out some overlays. This little waist belt thingy is a soft plastic, so it does get out of the way. Yeah, this guy's great. And he comes pretty well packed with accessories. He's got everything a ninja might need. He's got these little hatchets. I think everything he comes with is pretty much the same stuff that came with the deluxe Snake Eyes, which I didn't get because sometimes I make poor life choices, but it is what it is. And he's got a pair of side. All these are just molded in black plastic. It's got a big old sword. And his backpack is actually really nice. You can hold extra weapons in it. Like these hook thingies. I can't focus on right now. There we go. He holds on to all of these really, really well. And of course, he's got to have a katana, which can go right here on his belt. But I personally don't like how far it sticks out, so I leave it on his back. And then this can go in the peg hole on his back. So that way he is always ready, no matter what comes his way. And this guy moves really, really well. Got some up on the head, some down on the head. We've got a separate neck joint in there too, so he gets a lot of wiggle. And left, and right. And shoulders go up only that far. And they do have a slight butterfly to them too. Bicep swivel. Double elbows. Up and down hinge on the trigger finger hand. And that swivels. Oh, he's got up and down hinges on both because they're both trigger fingers. And these guys have the ab crunch up here. So with just that, he goes that far. And pretty far back too. And he's got a ball joint below that, so you can get it a little bit further. Get some tilt. And that's where you get your rotation. It's all hidden by this belt piece. The hips, actually really cool because they do have the drop down joint. Comes down a little bit further. Really nice forward, which you have to have for a ninja. Pretty nice back too. And pretty much all the way out. I guess you can get that almost either way. But thigh swivel is swiveling. Double jointed knee. It's almost all the way up. It does have a boot swivel. And the ankles go back. And forward a little bit. And he's got some rocker ankle action. Let's get them all back in here and get one last shot of all of them. And let's just throw in Mr. Taskmaster, just to get him sized up a little bit. And of course I knock everything down. Bloop. put Kenny in here too. He's got to get his cut. Just to kind of size them all out for you a little bit. Well, there you go. I hope you found this review at least a little bit informative, maybe a little bit of fun. If you made it this far into the video, thank you very much. I appreciate you. And yeah, I hope you come back again and see what's next. Thanks. Have a great night.